Hey guys, this is part 2 of our conversation with the Jamison Twins, the incredible psychic twins. If you missed part 1, go back and listen to it. Enjoy.
So good. How did you do it? How did you do it? You're so good.
I feel actually in ways more connected to a lot of people. I'm like talking to my sisters more via text and stuff. You're just
Are
like,
you?
I think it's because we're all isolated. You just like,
Yeah.
you don't take for granted personal connections you have with people anymore.
Or anything.
That's
Like
so true.
I played a show
Right.
on Friday. It was out of the Hotel Cafe, which is a venue in Hollywood, and there was no audience, obviously.
Neat.
I had a little band, and we all quarantined. It got tested twice, and it was all very stressful, frankly, to get it together. But by the time we were in there, we knew we were safe.
Yeah. Good.
And I'm telling you, I felt high. It was so much fun. Like to sing with background singers and a guitar player, and to have somebody else doing the sound for me, and to have a microphone and be on a stage.
Yes.
I felt like I got a little glimpse at the future, and it's going to be so fun because I've never known how much I love it until it's gone.
It's that
You
new
appreciate
perspective.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is more an intense analogy, but it reminds me of someone who has a near-death experience.
Yeah. Right.
Their whole life just feels lighter after because they can appreciate it more. I feel
Right.
like this is like a version of that for everyone.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very true.
Very true.
Oh, but so you think we could play shows by August? Oh, I'm so happy to hear it.
You're already doing it, and you're going to usher the way. You guys are so inspiring, and I feel like you have so much. You're so self-assured and composed and poised that you give people this courage and confidence and peace when you're performing. I feel like crying again because I told Scott when I first met him, I feel like I'm in church when I listen to you sing. And that's how I feel too with Rozzi. And you're just these pillars of inspiration for people. You're ushering the way for people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that so much. Well, if you're a Pentatonics fan, that means we're having a Christmas tour. You heard it here first.
Yay!
Oh, is our podcast going to do well? Can we ask you that?
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask that, Rozzi. I knew you were going to ask. Yes, you are. You are
I
killing
wish
it.
more people knew about your podcast.
I know.
We got to get the word out.
We got to get the word out.
I feel like the
I
little
love
cult fan base we have loves it so much.
It's
It's just
true.
getting more ears.
And now I'm getting a buzz that you guys might get picked up for the podcast, maybe for TV or Netflix or something like
that would be
Amazing.
amazing.
Why not?
Push for
Yeah.
You should. This
Great.
Yeah.
is what's needed
or
right
one
now.
of the streaming services. It would
Yes.
be great. It would be great. Let's hold that intent.
We're going to send this clip to
To
different
Netflix
streaming
and say, listen,
Are you?
Great.
it has to be so.
That would be neat.
Definitely.
No, I don't. We have so much fun. I don't think we'll stop.
All right, you guys, it's time for my sweet angel of a boyfriend / our mixologist on the show, Mark Manio, to make a drink.
Time for a drink. Made by Scott's boyfriend. Time to get wasted.
So we do this drink moment because one of the things we bonded over was that we love to like talk about our dreams and our goals, and also get kind of tipsy and gossip. So there's no pressure. It's the middle of a day on a Sunday, but just for consistency, we have Mark, our brilliant bartender, creating a drink.
drink for y'all, which you don't have to drink because
Yeah.
I'm doing dry January, so I'm not drinking. But if you want to take a little sip, I don't know if y'all drink or not. but-
Definitely. We do drink. Absolutely.
Well, we don't drink much, but I love a drink.
Yeah.
What's
sure.
our drink? What's the drink that you guys see for us?
So Mark decided on, it's called a crystal ball.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a
Martini.
minute. Is there a drink called Crystal Ball?
Yes, there is. And he'll have to tell you the ingredients. It's like cinnamon schnapps and
Something.
it's definitely sugary. It's like
That's
cranberry
Oh,
or like white
my
cranberry.
God.
And
He
it's
has-
going to be delicious.
He's psychic. He knows it.
He's so good. So
That is the cutest.
he'll bring that out in a sec. But while we're waiting, can we ask you some questions about like your journey and how you guys?
Go ahead and ask.
Of course.
I guess like one thing I want to ask is like, what does it feel like to have a vision or a premonition? Like, what can you describe the experience?
Does it feel good or scary or?
It's so
Sometimes it
hard.
can be scary.
It's like intense and it's horrifying. And we have to sort of, because we chant so much, we used to chant 4 hours a day. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Back in the 80s and 90s.
And that made that'll make anybody psychic, I'm telling you.
One of the hard things about this work that we do now, which is predicting future disasters and events and things, good positive things too, but mostly we warn people. And we have to go into the energy fields of the terrorists. And if it's a murder case we're working on solving, we go into the the energy of the murderer and what that's like and what happened to that person. And we get very vivid impressions of how the person was killed or what the terror attack is going to be like, the casualties. So what we're doing, it's managing these energy fields that is very, very exhausting.
Right.
It drains us, and we're on the floor half the time. People think it's kind of easy for us to do it, but it never has been.
Right.
And so we just feel like also, this is weird, but we always thought, well, okay, we've established that we can do this predicting of the future thing. Most people don't believe that is possible. And so we were the first ones to really shatter that paradigm. But what we didn't expect was to get the hate storms and the stalkers and the death threats for decades and decades.
Oh,
and
no.
Yeah, because people are scared of it, probably.
That's it. That's it, Scott.
Fear.
People hate what they fear.
Isn't it? Yeah. They're scared, and we had to actually put a stalker in jail, and
Oh, wow.
Oh, I'm
the
so sorry.
NYPD, LAPD.
Well, we helped
stalker-
the NYPD
the
stalker unit.
LAPD.
I'm sorry. What did I say?
I said NY.
The LAPD stalker unit. They helped us, and they were amazing, and they helped us track down one of the stalkers that we had.
That was
Jeez.
that was really scary because it was daily death threats in detail of what they would do to us, and really graphic detail through email. And so, and then what was really weird too was that you would think the FBI would want us to assist them or work with them in some way, but they actually blacklisted us when we predicted 9/11. We were not allowed to speak about our prediction because they
my God.
missed it. And we were blacklisted
Wow.
for 7 years and muzzled.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, if you can imagine.
That
The
is so wild.
Yeah, that was really, really horrifying. And so then we knew this isn't going to be fun anymore because we're actually being blacklisted by the people we are trying to help.
Right.
Right.
I never thought about that side of being psychic, the dark side about it and how
Yeah.
people react. And
That's why people keep it a secret. Being psychic is really the only talent you have to keep a secret when you think about it.
interesting.
How did you discover this ability? And did one of you discover it first, or did you realize it together?
Did your parents
Were your
have
parents having this
no,
gift?
they didn't.
It's interesting. Our dad's a world famous watercolor painter. Our mother was also a master watercolorist.
Wow.
She passed. But Dad's 95. He still paints every day and
Has gallery shows.
So
Wow.
Amazing.
they're intuitive through their painting, and that's about it. That's where it ends. And then for some reason, when we were children, we were born psychic, and as children, like 5, 6 years old, we were predicting things, believe it or not.
Really?
And we thought everybody could do it,
Right.
And
Come to find.
yeah,
They
come to
couldn't.
find they can't.
And so we were all alone in it, but we were born together for a reason. We were told we're a bifurcated soul, one soul expressed in two separate bodies because we had a mission that was so difficult it would have killed us if it was just one of us. And we've supported each other. We've been like so close all our lives.
Wow.
Because
That's
of
sweet.
that, it's
Yeah.
a shared mission.
Yeah.
And
really
I,
beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know any other
we would be
bifurcated.
dead without each other. I'm not even joking.
Totally.
I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. You ask good questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's amazing that you have each other. That's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It is.
We're so blessed.
Do you ever have predictions for each other? Like, do you ever?
Yeah.
All the time.
Really?
All the
Do you have them
time.
for yourselves?
Yeah, but it's harder.
Yeah.
In harmony.
It's harder to be to predict for oneself. Any psychic will probably tell you. Sylvia Browne used to say, "If you lose your keys, I'll tell you they're behind the couch. But if I lose my keys, they're gone. 'Cause
Right.
I can't
Right.
predict for myself.
Yeah.
Elsie, you're very subjective.
Right.
You want it, and you're too attached to the outcome. Of
course.
And so you need to get a sort of a neutral outcome. outside,
Right.
objective view, and that's usually we can predict for each other how long we'll date or when we'll break up.
Has that ever been tricky as sister? Because I think when your friend's dating somebody and maybe you don't like your friend's boyfriend or something, and you shouldn't tell them because that's never a good idea to tell somebody you don't like their boyfriend.
Right.
Is that ever tricky
Right.
with you guys? If you have like a
Very.
vision, like you guys are going to break
It's
up, and
all
you're
the
like, oh, I
time.
love him. Don't tell me that.
All the time, and
hard.
I'm
Yeah.
a blurter, and I'll say, you know what, he's terrible for you. And I told her one time Linda was dating an acupuncturist, and I got the worst vibes on him. And I said, you know what, you do know he's $60,000 in debt. That night, he admitted it to her.
No way.
I am not even.
Oh my gosh, I
Kidding.
can't tell if this is a gift or a curse at times. That is so wild. That's really funny. Should we do the 3 questions?
Yeah, we asked these 3 questions of everybody at the end of our
Okay.
episodes.
Okay.
And the first, and so it's actually I'd be really interested to see your guys' perspective on this. The first is, what is your view of what is success? What does success mean to you?
I love that question.
That's a great question.
Wow. Yeah, and I really feel like success is just doing what you love to do. And again, I feel like crying for some reason because it just resonates so much. I feel like if you do what you love, even if you don't make a living at it, just do what you love, that's success. And everybody, it's so funny because you know how everybody wants to be famous now, young people, like they always ask us, am I going to be famous? and they always want to be famous until it requires really hard work, right?
Right, yeah.
Right.
And we'll say, it's much more important to find your passion and, create value for other people and do what you love. And, we're always trying to get people, because most people don't really know what their passion is. And
yeah.
you know how you're always hearing life coaches and inspirational people say, just go for your passion. Well, the problem is most people don't know what it is. They
Yeah.
just don't know.
I've
And
noticed that.
Have
Yeah.
you?
Have you?
Yeah, I've noticed that in people, and I've even noticed it myself. I've been like a really good singer since I was really young, so that
Yes.
became my identity and my passion because I was good at it and got attention for it. And I do love it and I'm passionate about, but I'm discovering all these new passions in other areas that I never gave a chance because it was always like singing
Yes. Right.
is who you are. And now I'm like exploring all these new
That's amazing.
Like,
worlds.
like
yeah.
what? Writing, filmmaking?
Like writing,
Yeah.
writing more TV
Good.
stuff. I've
Awesome.
been like taking like online acting things too.
You have?
Are you?
Yeah, well,
All
just
of our
more like
secrets
watching-
are
yeah.
coming out.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
believe it. Scott, I always feel like
You'd
could
be
have
a
been
great
actor.
Yeah, and then
actor.
producing groups, like putting together this girl group I'm working, Citizen Queen, and then this like kids brand that I started, and I'm like, oh wow, I love doing these things so much.
Again,
Yes.
I'm not a psychic by
That's
any
cool.
means, but I've always said to Scott over 10 years that I've always said to him, you obviously have this like amazing career as a singer, but I see you as like a Ryan Seacrest producer, or what's his name?
Like Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan
like where
Murphy.
he really is like has
yes.
his hands in many different
I see that
projects.
too. I see
Yes,
that
I
too.
see
Yeah.
that.
And
I said
is-
that.
That's true. I
Right?
see
Ah,
that.
am I a
And that would be-
psychic?
Yeah, you are.
I am?
Yes, you both are.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
That's
extremely.
cool.
Yeah,
extremely.
because singers
Yeah.
and musicians are really channeling and connecting with another plane, I think. Don't you
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that when
Definitely.
you're
Oh, for
performing?
sure. There's a special
Absolutely.
feeling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
You're
channeling.
channeling your music,
Yeah.
your songwriting.
You have muses that are helping you on other dimensions.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Can I ask
Wow.
you one more prediction question?
Yes.
Speaking of other
Sure.
interests,
Yeah.
Scott inspired me. So in the beginning of quarantine, on like a whim, I signed up for this Zoom writing class. That has been my favorite thing I've ever done.
Wow.
And
cool.
it's just me and like a bunch of people I've never met in person, and we write to these prompts and we share them. And I know more about these people than I know about some of my closest friends at this point because we share these things. And I've gotten really into writing these essays, and I kind of want to like publish some essays.
Okay.
Do we feel this for me? Is this the wrong
was-
path for me?
That was, I wrote it right here. Look. I wrote it right here, Rozzi.
No way.
Well,
Write book right here under your
Yeah,
name.
I wrote,
Write book?
Yep.
I wrote a book.
We're automatic writers.
But just
Great.
essays
I wrote it.
is where it starts.
Okay. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my 2028 peak. My 2022, I'm going to be starring in all of
Yeah.
Alex's movies. And then in 2028,
your book's going to be number one.
my book comes out. I love it.
Yeah, and I also see you writing some kind of a script.
Okay.
Do you have
Amazing.
an idea for a script?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Be open to that.
Okay.
You're still very young. You know, there's so much ahead of you. You
Yeah.
can do it.
Okay, I love that.
You
I'll
and
be
Alex should write
open.
one together.
Yes. I'm going to go
Yeah,
home and say, I'm
you
so
should.
sorry. You have to include me on your script now.
You have to. You have to.
It's the rule.
Okay, so our second question that we ask everyone is, what would you tell your younger self when they were at their lowest?
At like the worst,
So at
like the
y'all's
darker,
worst.
kind of like, this moment in history now for a lot of people, but for yourselves personally, when you were maybe in a valley, like you were saying, what would you tell yourself?
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a good question,
No one asked
isn't
us
it?
that before.
And then
I
you guys are always looking to the future, and we're just
Yes,
making you look
That's
to the
right.
past.
That's right. We did write a memoir called Separated at Earth.
Oh wow!
And so that was excruciating. It took us 16 years to write it. It was so
Oh,
painful
wow.
because our childhood was difficult. But when I was 16, 17, I had kind of a nervous breakdown where we were trying to separate from each other. And this is almost common with twins, I think, where you have to establish your own identity, right? From each other.
We were so codependent.
And we were so codependent. We took it to the level of a science, I swear. And I was just so horribly depressed. And that what I would tell myself now looking back is, hang in there. This too shall pass. You're going to get through this. It's going to take years of work, but you're going to get through this. And there's so much more for you, so much more, so many lives you're going to touch.
Just go
Yeah.
for it. I like that. I
And now
like
look at the
that.
impact y'all have made. That's
Yes,
really beautiful.
That
Thank
is
you,
beautiful.
Scott.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank
Okay. Oh, and then you, of course.
It's funny.
What would you tell yourself?
Normally we have one guest, so I,
know,
was
yeah.
moving on. I was
It's
like,
funny because we speak for each other so much that felt
do.
resonated with me. I think just relax and enjoy the process because so often we're pushing and driving, and when we're young, especially, there's all this pressure on us
Yeah.
when the spotlight's on, and I really suffered being a perfectionist and just trying to be perfect all the time. We were performance artists, and I was like, I would iron my leotards. Who irons leotards? But we were so every detail had to be perfect. And now I look back and I think, gee, I put myself through so much. I think I would just say, relax and enjoy the ride, and trust that you will have the right people come in when you need them, and you'll have the help you need when you need it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's something a lot of people need to hear.
Yeah. I think that's basically what you told me that I needed to hear earlier in my
Well,
reading.
Including
I
Rozzi.
resonate with you.
Yeah.
Yes. Right, Rozzi.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
hard. When you want
Yeah.
something, it's so easy to blame yourself if it doesn't go
Oh.
your way. When of course there's so many other,
So
things
true.
happening around you that make it hard to control. You
and-
think you have control and
yes.
you don't have control. Okay,
Okay.
the last question we ask everybody, we usually ask them if they have any gossip they can share with us, right? But we thought for you guys, maybe a more specific version of that question is, I saw somewhere on your website or your Instagram or something that you predicted Kim and Kanye's divorce.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
Do you
5
have
years ago.
any more
years ago.
celebrity
Oh, yeah.
gossip
Ooh.
from, no pressure, anything that maybe you have predicted already in the past, or anything you're feeling from the future that we see coming down the
Okay,
road?
let me think. We did predict Kim and Kanye's divorce and the entire baby boom of the Kardashian babies that all were born
Wow.
with Shane Dawson, because Shane actually helped us start our YouTube channel, and he produced our YouTube channel for many years. And
the Psychic Twins.
we're like almost like a silent partner after a while. But that's where we first made the Kim and Kanye prediction. And now it's all happening, although it's going to be like a long divorce, it looks like.
Yeah.
Custody battle.
Yeah, but they're still having the babies. They're still doing the shows. And what are you seeing?
I'm drawing a blank on which celebrities to focus on because there's so many that
There's
we
so
could
many.
talk about. Did you have a specific one that you want to
do we
know
care
about?
about?
Well, it's like Bieber, Haley Baldwin.
Yeah, Haley Bieber.
Haley.
Oh, that's a great couple.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that he found her. I'm glad that she's a real anchor. For
Okay,
him.
great. Yeah, I see that. I see
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to have children, but I'm seeing children for them.
Oh, I think so. I'm seeing 1 or 2. Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about Beyonce and Jay-Z? How
I
are
was
they
thinking
doing?
It's funny. She popped
Oh,
into
yeah,
my
that would
head. Well, we predicted their marriage, and we predicted that he would cheat on her, and that became an album.
Right.
We do feel that they're a power couple for sure. I think they'll stay together for quite a while, don't you, Terry?
Yeah, I do.
I do. So,
Okay,
what do you
good.
think, Rozzi?
I think so too. I
think
think
so,
they've been
too.
through their rough phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that they're kind of
settled
on the
into
other
it.
side of it now.
Yeah.
Who would she date?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's one.
Yeah.
Will Donald Trump go to prison?
Oh wow, that's
Well, we had
64,000.
predicted that he would be indicted, and an impeachment is an indictment. So he's
Right.
already indicted.
Right.
Hello.
But he
and there's many
also-
more.
Do you think he'll be
indictments.
convicted from the impeachment? Will the Senate?
That's
you know
rough
that's a
because
tough one
Yeah.
because
the
the
Republicans.
Republicans are still so much behind him.
Right.
Because they're afraid of.
But
he
once-
could ruin them.
But I think on the 21st of this month,
yeah.
the New York Attorney General's coming after him for 65 felonies, I think.
Jeez.
So
great.
he's going like I don't know how he'll avoid jail at this point. I think his kids too; they're all involved. So I don't know how they're going to avoid it, but I can't guarantee because he always skates. you
Yeah.
know?
Teflon.
Yeah.
But yeah,
cockroach. He'll
I'd like
outlive
to
us all.
see it. I'd like to see it. I'm not sure if we can bank on that.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
Amazing.
That was really amazing. Thank
So
you for being here
amazing.
and doing
Oh,
this.
you're
Thank
so
you
welcome.
so
It was-
much,
it was
guys.
our
I
honor and
loved
pleasure,
being here.
absolutely.
I've learned so much about my future, and I've learned things about Rozzi I didn't even know.
How did you do that? It's crazy.
We have to have a post-podcast talk about all of it.
And I will say, for all the scary things that you guys, feel and then share and warn people, you also spread so much joy because you just,
Thank
you
you.
kind of like empower our like artistic endeavors and you empower Mark and Scott's marriage coming down the line.
Yes.
Oh my God, am I
Oh
going
my
to sing at their
God.
wedding?
Yes, that would be great.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
I love that. That would be
Oh.
beautiful.
It's going to be the most amazing.
I'll be an
wedding.
Academy Award-winning scriptwriter by then, so
Right.
I don't know.
So if you're not too busy,
It's going to be an amazing event. So much joy coming for you guys. So much success.
Oh,
And
good.
We're just thrilled that you would invite us today.
Thank you
Of
for
course.
coming.
No,
It's
so
an
amazing.
honor, and we're so excited to be part of your journey. Best of luck. We love you.
Chris, we
Yay.
love you.
Love you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Everybody stay safe and we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.